Hey everyone, I just got off the phone and we did a Zoom call with Mike and Haas and we were talking about what we're going to talk about tomorrow on the show. And we had so much fun talking about what we're going to talk about that I think that's a good sign, that it's always going to be fun. When you have that much fun talking about what you're going to talk about, it's going to be fun when we get together tomorrow and record it. And I was reminded of something that happened this week at work where I had to walk into a different area of the station, and when I walked in, someone from across the room said, "Hey, I like your shirt and that belt." And I was like, "Well, thank you." And then someone right to the left of me said, "Oh, that's why she came in here." So we would say something nice about her shirt and her belt. And she started laughing. I turned around and I said, "Well, I sure did. Would you like to say something nice too?" And she started laughing. She said, "Yeah," and she said something nice. And then the person to my right started laughing. And I said, "You know what? I love your hair." And I didn't say, "I love your hair today." I didn't say, "I love your hair this morning," or "Your hair looks good today." I just said, "I love your hair." And she just said, "Well, thank you." She didn't say, "Oh, whatever, you're just saying that." She said, "Thank you." And then she stopped and said, "You know, I often wonder why it's so hard for someone to just give a compliment. It takes 2 seconds to say, 'Wow, I like you,' or 'Wow, you look beautiful,' or 'Wow, you're really fun to be around,' or 'Wow,' or don't say anything. Just look at someone and give a really big smile and let them know you like being with them." And we started talking about, the whole room started laughing and talking about that, and compliments were flying back and forth. It didn't matter if they meant it or not. Who cares? You'll never say, you never hear me say, "Oh, you don't mean that." I take it. There was a day, though, when I wouldn't have done that. There was a time in my life, almost my whole life, where I couldn't accept a compliment unless I attached something negative to it. It was always, "Thank you, but thank you, well," or I couldn't even say thank you. I would say, "Oh, whatever." And I couldn't accept it. I couldn't believe it. And when I learned not to do that, when I learned that accepting a compliment is also a way of giving and just letting it go, and also giving a compliment or saying something nice without being attached to the response is a beautiful thing. So I love that compliments were firing back and forth. It just happened. I mean, we were at work. I walked in to do some work and I needed to talk to someone, and all of a sudden it turned into this big, hilarious conversation across the room about compliments and about being nice to each other and liking each other. And it was great. And I think we all left that space and that conversation feeling better than we did before it started. And that's the goal every day, to leave your place, leave your space feeling better than it was before you got there. There you go. All right. I love you. Go, Terry, go.